Welcome back to No Chill Nature, the channel where legends aren't dismissed, mysteries are welcomed, and monsters might just be hiding in plain sight. Today, we're plunging headfirst into one of the most iconic legends of all time. Nestled deep in the Scottish Highlands lies a body of water shrouded in fog and folklore, Loch Ness, and within its depths, a creature that has captivated imaginations for over 1,400 years. Could the Loch Ness monster, affectionately called Nessie, actually be a surviving prehistoric sea dinosaur? Could evolution, science, and myth all meet in one chilling truth? Let's dive into the depths. Our journey begins over a millennium ago, in the year 565 AD. Saint Columba, an Irish missionary, was traveling through Scotland when he encountered locals burying a man. They claimed the man had been attacked by a water beast in the River Ness. Intrigued, Columba ordered one of his followers to swim across the river. As the swimmer entered, the beast rose from the depths. Witnesses said Columba made the sign of the cross and commanded the creature to retreat. And it did. Was this divine intervention, or the first recorded sighting of something real lurking in the waters? Fast forward over 1,000 years, the quiet, scenic Loch Ness began whispering its secrets once again. In the 1930s, during construction work near the loch, laborers claimed to see a massive creature lurching through the water. Local newspapers picked up the story, igniting a firestorm of fascination. Soon, the peaceful loch became the focal point for monster chasers, scientists, and skeptical tourists alike. The legend of Nessie wasn't just revived, it was reborn. In 1934, the world changed. A London doctor named Robert Kenneth Wilson took what would become the most famous photo in cryptid history, the surgeon's photo. It showed a long neck and small head breaking through the surface of Loch Ness. With its mysterious ripples and eerie clarity, the photo captivated millions. Newspapers splashed it across front pages. Scientists debated its authenticity. The monster had a face, or at least a silhouette, and it was everywhere. Decades later, the truth unraveled. The photo was revealed to be an elaborate hoax, crafted using a toy submarine, wood, and clever camera angles. The mastermind, Marmaduke Wetherell, a disgraced big-game hunter seeking revenge on a newspaper that had ridiculed him. Still, despite the confession, the photo's influence was irreversible. Nessie had become a pop culture icon. Skepticism aside, the question remained, why did the photo resonate so deeply? Was it because we already wanted to believe? Over the years, more than 1,000 eyewitnesses have come forward, claiming to have seen something unexplainable in Loch Ness. These aren't just random thrill seekers. We're talking about teachers, scientists, police officers, and lifelong residents. They describe large, dark shapes, long necks, wakes in still water, and creatures moving with eerie speed. Can this many people really be mistaken? Are they lying, deluded, or are they seeing something real? Loch Ness is no ordinary lake. It stretches 23 miles long, spans over a mile in width, and plunges nearly 800 feet deep. Its waters are famously dark, stained with peat from surrounding soil, reducing visibility to just a few feet. Beneath the surface are complex thermoclines and trenches that can distort sonar. If a creature wanted to stay hidden, even from modern technology, this would be the ultimate refuge, a natural cloak for the unnatural. In the mid-20th century, sonar became the new tool of the monster hunters. In 1960, an expedition captured a sonar reading of a moving object that was unusually large and fast. Then, in 1972, another team recorded an object roughly 20 feet in length moving beneath their boat. The data didn't show fish, logs, or debris. It hinted at something biological, something alive. Was it Nessie, or something we have yet to identify? In 1987, the most ambitious effort to find Nessie took place. Operation Deep Scan. A fleet of 24 boats armed with high-tech sonar equipment scanned the entire loch. They detected several large, moving underwater contacts, but couldn't identify them. Critics called them glitches. Supporters claimed they were proof of something massive and mobile. The search cost hundreds of thousands of dollars, but its real impact? Renewed interest, fresh questions, and global headlines. One of the most popular theories is that Nessie is a surviving plesiosaur, a marine reptile from the age of the dinosaurs. With its long neck, flippers, and aquatic behavior, the plesiosaur fits the eyewitness descriptions like a glove. Fossil records show they lived in oceans during the Jurassic period. But could one species have survived extinction and adapted to freshwater life? It sounds like science fiction, but remember, so did the idea of living dinosaurs once. Marine biologists have debated this fiercely. While plesiosaurs were saltwater creatures, adaptation isn't impossible. Crocodiles, which once shared the earth with dinosaurs, can live in both salt and freshwater. Even some whales can temporarily survive in rivers. Evolution is not a straight path. It bends in strange directions. Could a pocket population of plesiosaurs have evolved in secret, deep beneath Loch Ness? Paleontologists often dismiss the plesiosaur theory. They argue the lung-breathing, cold-blooded reptile wouldn't survive Loch Ness's chilly temperatures. They point out the loch's limited fish population couldn't support a breeding group. And they ask the most obvious question: where are the bodies? But evolution has surprised us before. The coelacanth, a fish thought extinct for 65 million years, was discovered alive in 1938. Nature has a habit of hiding things until it doesn't. With the rise of smartphones and digital cameras, a new era of sightings began. From 2000 to 2024, dozens of alleged Nessie encounters flooded the internet. Tourists captured videos showing large, dark shapes gliding just below the surface, strange wakes in still water, and even humps breaking the waves. Some clips went viral, some were debunked, but many remain unexplained. Is Nessie photogenic now, or are we just better equipped to catch fleeting glimpses of something extraordinary? Video analysis experts and skeptics have dissected these clips frame by frame. Many are dismissed as hoaxes or misidentified debris. Yet, a select few, consistent in size, movement, and behavior, continue to defy explanation. Experts note that in some clips, the object maintains an organic motion, undulating like a swimmer. Hoax or not, the consistency across decades of amateur footage suggests either a remarkably coordinated myth or a genuine phenomenon. Enter the eel theory. Scientists conducting DNA tests on Loch Ness found a surprisingly high concentration of eel DNA. Could Nessie be an enormous European eel? These creatures are known to grow large, though not that large. But mutations exist in all species. Could Nessie be the freshwater version of a biological anomaly? A freak of nature misinterpreted as a monster? Another candidate, the Greenland shark. Ancient, slow-moving, and capable of growing over 20 feet, these sharks are deep-water enigmas. While typically oceanic, Greenland sharks have been known to tolerate brackish and cold freshwater for periods. Could a rogue shark have found a home in Loch Ness? Unlikely, but not impossible, especially if it entered through underwater connections no one has explored. Sonar tech isn't flawless. Shifts in water temperature, fish schools, and submerged logs can create ghostly illusions. But many sonar operators insist some readings are too precise, showing deliberate movement, echo returns, and even body segmentation. Are they reading monster-shaped glitches or glitch-shaped monsters? From children's books to horror films, Nessie has swum into our collective imagination. But media fame is a double-edged sword. On one hand, it helps fund scientific investigations through tourism. On the other, it fuels hoaxes and exaggeration. Is the legend keeping science afloat or drowning it in fiction? In 2019, scientists conducted an extensive environmental DNA-eDNA study of Loch Ness. They found no trace of plesiosaur or reptilian DNA, but they didn't find Nessie either. What they did find: an abundance of eel DNA and a handful of sequences that didn't match any known species. The study ruled out some theories, while opening the door to new ones. Earth's waters are vast and largely unexplored. Over 90% of ocean life remains undocumented, and that's just the ocean. Freshwater systems like Loch Ness are even less researched. Could Nessie represent a new branch of aquatic life? Something ancient, reclusive, and masterfully camouflaged? If so, we might not need a time machine to meet a living fossil. Local lore and some diver reports speak of mysterious underwater tunnels that may connect Loch Ness to the ocean or other lochs. These hypothetical caverns could allow a creature to travel undetected. Some even claim sonar returns suggest hollow regions along the loch floor. If real, Nessie wouldn't just be hiding, she'd be commuting. Loch Ness is famous, but it's not alone. Across the globe, similar tales emerge, from Scandinavia's lake monsters to Africa's Mokele Mbembe. Every continent has its own Nessie-like legend. Are they all mass hallucinations, or different faces of the same ancient reality? In North America, Lake Champlain boasts its own legendary lake monster, Champ, with stories going back to indigenous tribes and even a photo taken by Sandra Mancy in 1977. Champ is considered a Nessie doppelganger. Same long neck, same humps, same mystery. Canada has Ogopogo, a serpentine beast said to inhabit Lake Okanagan. For centuries, First Nations people told stories of Naha-a-Itk, a powerful water spirit. Modern sightings match the description: a multi-humped, snake-like swimmer. Could Nessie be part of a global aquatic bloodline? There's also Morag in Scotland's Loch Morar, Manipogo in Manitoba, and the Lariosoro in Italy. While names and lakes differ, descriptions remain eerily similar. Are these parallel myths or evidence of a wider biological phenomenon humanity hasn't cataloged yet? Nessie hasn't just spurred tourism, she's inspired scientific innovation. From sonar technology to eDNA techniques, curiosity about the monster has advanced how we study aquatic environments. But she's also fueled debates between believers and skeptics, sharpening the tools of both science and myth. Loch Ness sees over 1 million visitors a year. Nessie cruises, monster museums, themed hotels, and even Nessie-shaped souvenirs contribute millions to the local economy. Whether real or not, the monster has become an economic savior. The tourism industry survives on her legend. Some researchers go beyond biology. They suggest Nessie isn't a creature of flesh and blood, but energy, spirit, or something interdimensional. It might sound far-fetched, but in the realm of quantum theories and multiverse speculation, even science blurs into mysticism. Could Nessie be a tear in our reality? Let's pull the evidence together. The eyewitnesses, the sonar, the photos, the theories. Is there enough to say Nessie is a surviving sea dinosaur? Maybe. Or maybe she's a giant eel, a misunderstood shark, or something completely new. The clues point in all directions. But one thing is certain. Nessie isn't just a story. She's a question science hasn't answered yet. Nessie might not just be a monster, she might be a mirror. A reflection of our desire to believe that mystery still exists. In a world dominated by answers, perhaps Nessie is our final question. A creature we want to be real, not just because she might exist, but because we need her to. So is Nessie real? A living dinosaur? A massive eel? A hoax born from fog and hope? Or have we been looking in the wrong place all along? Not the water, but in ourselves? One thing is clear. Belief in Nessie keeps the legend alive. And maybe that's the most powerful force of all. Thanks for diving deep with us on No Chill Nature. If this journey through the foggy waters of Loch Ness made you think, gasp, or question reality, give us a like, hit that subscribe button, and let us know what you believe in the comments. Do you think Nessie's out there? Or has the monster already slipped beneath the waves of history? Until next time, keep watching the waters, because where there's myth, there's mystery.